guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a brand new series. This is the ultimate rebuild we are going to be using management career on Cricket 26. And we are going to be taking control on hard difficulty, the England men's national team. Now, I've done a rebuild on this. Now, if you subscribe to my channel, I do rebuilds on cricket games all the time, particularly Cricket Captain 2025. And we've got software that we use to extract stuff from the game, and it makes it so much better. The issue so far with management career is there's not a lot of stats in the game. That is until today. I have spent the last 7 days building this from scratch. It is now fully live. Google Cloud based system using Google AI to be a tesseract to inspect information from the game. All you do is go to app.cricketstatspack.com, sign up, and it will take you through to here. Now, one thing I've done with the Cricket Stats Pack that I built for Cricket Captain 2025 is it's always a work in progress. Day one stuff was great, but this is an absolute beast now. It's got cricket rankings from the cricket draft. It's got an ELO rating system. It's got batting and bowling records for every single game that's been built. And there's releases about every 2 weeks. Now, for the Cricket Stats Pack that I've just built for Cricket 26, it's the first version. And what this is going to allow you to do in the managerial mode, you can upload batting or bowling screenshots from your season or from your competition. So for instance, if you're doing an international save, when you finish the series, all you do is take a screenshot, upload it into the tool, put in your details, click dashboard, and you are in. The Google tool that I've built will go through, it'll extract all the information. For batting, for bowling, you'll be able to, depending on what you upload, you'll be able to break it down by series, by season, by format, by opponents. And there's a database editor here that you can go in and make live changes on anything if you ever think it doesn't quite look right. Does it for batting, does it for bowling. It's £5 a month, or you can sign up to the annual subscription for 25 quid. It's a beast. I am going to love using this in this series. And like I said, it's a work in progress. I'm working on another build that's going to incorporate all the standings from your game, and working on another build which is going to incorporate your My Player career mode, so you can go into depth on your performances on that. All very exciting, but today we're getting stuck in as England, starting off in the Ashes. This is going to be a long-term save on the channel. We are going to try and take England to #1 in the world across all 3 formats. We find ourselves 3rd in the world in Test cricket, which isn't bad, but we're a long way behind India. About mid-table when it comes to ODI cricket. Again, a long way behind India. And the same in T20s. Although 3rd, almost 100 rating points behind India. We're going to look to bring through talent. To start with, when we're going to pick our squad, we're going to try and be as realistic as possible, because there's players here like Alex Hales, James Vince, Johnny Bairstow, Phil Salt, Josh Butler, not part of the test match situation at the moment. Liam Livingstone, for example. And with squad picked for the first test, we get to pick our lineup. So we're going to go very similar to real life. Shoaib Bashir not going to get a game, so Gus Atkinson's going to come in. The England tail does feel quite long. I know in real life it's going to be even longer with Will Jacks. We actually haven't got Will Jacks in the squad here. It only lets us pick... Well, let's pick 16, and somehow Jason Roy snuck in there. Jason Roy will not be playing, but we're going with pretty much the standard setup that you'd expect from this England team that they took into the first test. There's some interesting numbers going around here. Jacob Bethel's on the bench. He's only a 77 overall, but an 88 potential. And what I've already seen on the game is sometimes the potential players that do well can outperform the potential and end up higher. Zach Crawley's got a huge ceiling. I think going Zach Crawley's an 85 and Ben Duckett's an 87 is maybe a little unfair on Ben Duckett. Ollie Pope 84, but again there's room to grow. Root 91, best player in the team. Brooks second best with 88, but a 94 potential. Ben Stokes peaking out, age 34 at 85. And the bowling attack is quite reasonable as well. Archer, Wood, Atkinson and Cost just a little bit behind. And we're going to give the second ball to Gus Atkinson. Also interesting, you can't set your captain. Joe Root's captain. Here we go then. First test. And the first test is the first win. Interesting. Parallels to real life. England batting get rolled. You know, stuff happens. Zach Crawley doesn't get many. No one really gets many. The back end gets blown away. It looks like Mitchell Starc was bordering on a hat-trick towards the end. He takes 6 for 10. 6 for 10. That's outrageous. You also can't tell who's opened the bowling looking at that scorecard, because I'm sure it wouldn't have been Stoinis and Green. Australia reply 2-3-5. Steve Smith holding strong with 86. And we even get Travis Head for a duck, which is quite nice. Run out by Harry Brook. And wickets spread around quite nicely. There's nothing too alarming about that. I think the issue is here we've struggled to score runs, as we only make 232. With Zach Crawley with 43, Ollie Pope with 41. We set them not many to win. How many did they need to win? 1 by 6. They needed 120. And then Gus Atkinson turns up with 6 for 20 playing in Australia for the first time. We roll through them for 56. Interesting, the form is on the way down for everyone except Gus Atkinson. In fact, there's been an update and these form lines look completely different to what they did before. I don't think there's any reason to panic yet, Mr. Mannering, about the batting lineup floundering in the first test. Bowling lineup looks good. Everyone's conditions on 100. We're ready to roll. And we can't roll through them, though. We lose by 5 wickets in the second test at the Gabba, Tim Payne. Tim Payne, wait till we see you at the Gabba. How did that work out for you? Well, it worked out all right here, and Tim Payne's not playing. So we get 219. Again, a little bit of fledgling batting lineup. Back end getting blown away. Nathan Lyon looks like he might have picked up a hat-trick. There's 2 golden ducks for Jamie Smith and Bryden Cars. 67 from Root, 49 from Pope. 5 for Nathan Lyon. There's still life in the old dog. But this is the big difference. We make 219. They come back with 355. Stoinis opening the batting with Steve Smith in the Ashes. What even is cricket? This is incredible scenes. Alex Carey moved up for 5. Khawaja batting at 3 randomly. He might have a bad back. But Stoinis scores 146. Cameron Green scores 61. That is a good total. They had a good start. And we do get through them quite nicely at the end. Again, wickets spread around. Might need to just look at Mark Wood's performances here. But we get 291 in response. Again, there's no one going big. Stokes and Smith share about a 100-run partnership for the 6th wicket. 5 for Cummings. And they knock off 150 odd this time. They don't fall about. Smith opening up. Khawaja with 50 as well. 1 apiece. If we look at our bowling unit, Mark Wood, 4 wickets. He's not bowled very much. Averaging 29. Archer averaging 39. But I think the bat's got to be the situation here. Root's averaging 36. But if we work our way down, we've got some significant issues from 2 test matches down. Where are we? Brooks 15, Duckett 17, Crawley outperforming Duckett just to show off, averaging 21, Smith 25, Stokes 30, Root 36, Pope 40. If we're going to win, we're going to need just a little bit more out of that batting lineup to make it work. As we go to Adelaide, and I think I am going to make a change, Mark Wood out, and we're going to go with spin. Shoaib Bashir comes in at 11. Also, Shoaib Bashir, he's kind of in the Zach Crawley mode where in real life it's like he's going to be good for the Ashes, height, bounce, all this sort of stuff. Crawley's made for the Ashes, driving, smashing balls to the boundary. Well, they're not really playing him, are they? And we win the 3rd test. We're 2-1 up in Australia. And just for the record, we've not won a test there in 14 years. And we've made a big difference here. 57 for Smith, now batting at 3. They've got their 3rd different opening partnership going on with Head and Khawaja this time. Labuschagne now at 5. But we get through and with Shoaib Bashir picking up 3. Cars 3, Archer 3. I'm pretty happy with that. Bashir got Travis Head as well. And we take quite a substantial 160-run lead with Zach Crawley. Of all the players to turn up and score 100, 162, he can do that. He's done it here. Duckett floundering at the other end. Pope gone, Root gone, Brook gone. Was 76 for 4. He shares about a 100-run partnership with Ben Stokes, and then just demolishes the bowling attack single-handedly, thrashing them to all parts. We bowl them out for 188, with Bashir taking 6 in the game and knock them off. What a performance from Zach Crawley, now the leading run scorer in the series. The Boxing Day Test. Morale. I look at Blue and I would think Blue morale isn't that great, but the batters are on the up, but the form is pretty poor. Now, what I don't know about the game, because in cricket, Captain, a good player out of form is better than a bad player in form. We do have Jacob Bethel, who is by no means a bad player, but he is someone that we could bring into this lineup that could make a difference. But I don't know where or why I would do it. Ben Stokes, struggling. 55% condition. Again, there's still no ability to see stats in this game, hence why we've got a stats pack. But I think we go unchanged, and we are going to the decider. Australia win the Boxing Day Test. The MCG is rocking. They scored 271. Head and Khawaja at the top of the order. Runs just spread around quite nicely for them. Bowlers had to toil. Ben Stokes racking up 15 overs. Shoaib Bashir 27. And we can only muster 231. We do get a 50 from Ben Duckett at last. But there's not a lot to go with it. 5 for Nathan Lyon. He's probably the best bowler going at the moment. We bowl them out for 200. It's a tight contest, this 5-match series with 4 matches down. Bashir picks up 4. And then we're 139 all out. We needed 250 to win. Duckett, duck. Root, duck. Cast, duck. Blown away. Hazelwood 6. Takes it into the 2-2 territory. Imagine if this goes on in real life and we've actually got something to play for. Crawley still leading the run charts with 334. Player of this series, Stoinis. Oh my days. 330 runs scored. Fine performance at Nathan Lyon with the most wickets. Again, I think if we look at our batting lineup, and you don't really want to go in and make a change for the last test, but Harry Brooks averaging 15, Smith 21, Duckett 15, Root 22, Zach Crawley 47. Let that bad boy sink in. And if we just have a quick look at the bowling unit, we've got wickets going around here. Shoaib Bashir's coming in, taking 12 at 22. I love that. Look at all the averages. They're all in the 20s. The strike rate's phenomenal. It just comes down to whether your bat can do enough on the day on the final test match. I'm loath to drop Duckett, Root or Brook, who are the 3 best players in the team on paper. But what do? Do you change a Ollie Pope? Also gives you another spin option. There's a good question mark on that. It's a question mark I'm taking. We lose the Ashes by 185 runs. And you've got to look at it and say the failing is the bat. It's tied again. 167 plays 159 in the first innings. But then they get 289 and we get bowled out for 100. You can see where we're going to have problems here in this game. Good performance from Bryden Cast. He picks up a nice 4. Duckett with a 50, but nothing else. Root 41. Bethel comes in and gives me 2 balls of his finest before a really good Travis Head 55. Labuschagne 44. Khawaja and Stoinis put on 63. Bashir takes 5 and we're bowled out for 112. Nathan Lyon with 4. We lose the series 3-2. What a shame. There's been some good moments in that and also some bad ones. Zach Crawley hitting 6 sixes is probably a highlight. 359 runs, 1 century. Look, there's your problem. We've scored 1 century all series. Ollie Pope had the second most amount of runs. Well, I soon dropped him. He averaged 35, but no 50s. No one went on to do anything meaningful. The only thing that worked out really well was the ball. I think as a bowling unit, we're really good. I think we got better as we added Shoaib Bashir here, who took 18 wickets at 22. Atkinson 18 at 21. Felt like he kind of dipped off. Bryden Carse, 21 at 18 as well. Ben Stokes, 15 at 21. Those are exceptional numbers. The difference maker probably being Nathan Lyon being exceptional and also their quality at the top. Okay, then first chance to use uploading data. So it's a series, England, International, Australia, the Ashes, 2005 Test match, and it's the bowling records. Okay, gives you all the debug information of what's been uploaded. And there we can see the bowling record from our team during that competition. Bryden Carse's 21 wickets, top of the pops. This will continue to build out over time. There's graphs you can look at, wicket takers, strike rate versus economy rate to see where your guys are doing well. You can look at the different series. You can look at different player trends across different series. Season trends per all your different players. How they've gone against different oppositions. We've only got Australia loaded. Then upload your batting ones. Again, if you're doing a county championship saver or first class save, domestic type stuff, you can just upload the different types. So I'm uploading a series, but you could do a tournament like a World Cup. You could do a full season in one go. And all the batting records uploaded and correct. And again, you can break it down. You can make these bigger and smaller. And as I build this out over time, Cricket 26 might export some data. I doubt it though. But I'm planning on having a scorecard version of this where you can get really granular details like you can in the Cricket Captain Stats Pack, where you can see players by career, format, season, the latest, opponent, how they go per position, how they go home and away. And what's great about it, this sits on your database. So this is created, it's in the cloud, it's against your login. You can go in and edit any of these, save them. You can also wipe your database and go again. There's a how-to guide of how to do it. And also a roadmap. At the moment, you've got one database, which is a one save. I'm planning on enhancing that and giving you more access to do more things. Just like everything, it just needs building. And it's taken me a week to get this up and running and live. So, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy it. We do get the privilege of playing some one-day international cricket against the Aussies. And a lot of guys looking out of form. Now, Jason Roy, at 35, should be a shoo-in for this competition. But I'm not. I don't think it's the right direction to go in. Same with Hale, same with Vince, same with Bairstow. Jamie Smith's going to come in even though he's out of form. Will Jacks is going to be involved. Will Smeed is going to be involved. Look at Will Smeed's overall 83. Look at his potential 99. Another one to look out for with a 96 potential is Dan Mousley. Jordan Cox is going to come into the team with his 80 overall and 91 potential. I'm hoping that by playing them, they get better. Good Dom Sibley with a sneaky 85 potential. I'm also going to bring in Max Holden to the squad. Someone that, huge upside, 88 potential. I'm trying to work out what we do with the bowlers. I'd love to play an extra bat. We've got heaps of keepers, but it could mean we can bring in Ben Duckett and get him near the top of the order, although he's out of form. Jordan Cox, I want to get him in and see what he's got about him. Also, we could get Max Holden in there as well. Will Smeed, I'm making the call. Puts Livingston down the order. Where do we bat Smeed? Get Jacks further. I love Will Jacks. I'd love to see Will Jacks near the top of England's order, but there's always so many players. It's like, how do you get everyone to bat 1, 2 and 3? Rooting like an anchor or in ODI cricket, bat through. Harry Brooks in amazing form somehow. Don't know how that works. And with the ball, we've got Wood, Potts, Archer, Carse, Livingston, Jacks. I also haven't got Jacob Bethel in this squad, which might change in the future. But interestingly, his overall at the moment is significantly less than the players that we've got. Might have used him here. 334 the Aussies get. Matty Short with 134. Mitch Marsh with 95. Khawaja's playing one-day cricket. And we end up 14 runs short. It's quite an incredible scorecard, this. Marsh and Short, brilliant. Put on 100 and something. Khawaja gets 50. They put on 100. And then Will Jacks gets Tim David. Carey goes for a duck. Cummins goes for a duck. But we do have some problems. Archer goes 8.57. If you subscribe to the channel on Cricket Captain, I'm an economy rate guy. You've got to be going under sixes for me to keep interest or be a high strike rate guy, and so far we've seen nothing there. We do get 320 in response, which is relatively good. 25 off 25 for Smeed. Jackson, Livingston, okay. 110 for Harry Brook. 50 for Joe Root. So first real big, that's a good knock. That's a real good knock, but we lose the game. We go 1-0 down. We also get to pick our T20 squad while we're at it. Tuffy. We go down here, 147 all out. We've got it on hard mode. I've never played on hard mode, but we're getting found out a little bit with the bat in both Test match and one-day cricket here. They knocked them off easy. Big Travis Head, 87 at the top of the order. Jofra Archer went to almost sevens in that game. He is out of form. What bowling have we got on the bench that we can bring in? We can bring in Gus Atkinson. And we've got heaps of batting we can bring in to try and enhance the team. But, you know, you've got to give something enough time to see if it's going to be any good. And we get a match tied. Match tied. 308 for England. Phil Salt with a ton. Smeed with 89. Give them time. Feed them more. 308 is a pretty good score, actually. And then they 308 as well. Khawaja. Oh, why is he in the team? 123. Maddie Short with a golden. Mitch Marsh with a golden. Gus Atkinson comes in and goes at sevens. Mark Wood goes at nines. It's a 2-0 loss in the series. Okay, and then back to the dashboard. All the stats I've just loaded into screenshots. If you ever get an error, just take your screenshot again and try again. But it's starting to add it all up. We've got filters at the top where we can filter it by the different formats that we're playing. Currently on a bit of a losing end at the moment, aren't we, with this start? But it is hard mode. It's going to be interesting to see how it goes. T20 cricket, again, the stats that you've got to actually look at, or skills, are so irrelevant to working out who's going to be good at this format. But we do need to get Josh Butler in the team. And do we get Ben Duckett in the team? Because at the moment we've got Salt, Jacks, Banton, Butler, Brook, Livingston, and then that gives us some real high quality bowlers. So I don't know whether we do. I can't imagine a life without Ben Duckett, so not picking him feels awkward. With the ball we've got Potts, Wood, Topley, Archer, Carse, Livingston. I feel like we can't rely on Livingston for 4 overs at a time. I guess the question is, do we go with Matty Potts? Do we go with Gus Atkinson instead? And it's going to be Gus Atkinson to start us off. Not the best start. Reece Topley with man of the match, so a good choice to bring him into the fold. They get 173. Short was 63. Pretty decent, actually. 163 is not bad, but we'll have to play more games to work out what kind of the average sort of scores are. Archer, I'm just seeing expensive in any other format than Test cricket at the moment. Might need to relook that. With the bat, Harry Brook with 59. We don't get anything. Banton is maybe a bit of a left field starting with him, but the potential's high. And Jacks, I really want to see. I need to find the best role for him, essentially, in the team. But not at the expense of others. So maybe something like that with Josh Butler going to the top of the order. And we lose. We lose in a super over. That's incredible. 182. Butler 31 off 35. What? There's no way Josh Butler goes out and scores 31 off 35 in a T20 game. It doesn't happen. 42 for Phil Stoll. He started off all right. More runs for Brook. Maybe I just need to pump Brook up the order considering he's the best bat overall in the lineup. They're dead ringer for love. 63 for Mitch Marsh. He plays a hell of a knock. Archer goes at 9s, Cast 10s, Livingston 13s, Jacks 16s, and the super over, they beat us. Okay, final match it is going to be. I'm going to make a call to bring Archer out and Potts in. I also feel like I could do with a real high quality spinner in the team. So I need to have a look to see how good Adil Rashid is on the game, and also Rian Ahmed to see if they're ready. But we do win the last game. Reece Topley again with another couple of wickets chipping in. Economy rates. Yeah, that Jackson Livingston thing isn't working. They're constantly leaking their 4 overs that they're bowling. But Topley, very, very good. Carse was good. Livingston and Brook knock him off. 46 for Josh Butler. That is more like it. And if you get to this, so the game does this, You finish your series against Australia, you've got to go into select competitions, head down to the Ashes, and then you can see your T20 games here. Harry Brook, a very reasonable series with 128 runs. Just didn't quite get a lot from the likes of Will Jacks. With the ball, Reece Topley with the most wickets. Not a lot of wickets thrown around in 3 games, actually. Teams playing quite passively at times. Interesting, Bryden Coss, 11 matches, 26 wickets. He's kind of like the big I am at the moment for us with the ball. Economy rates really hurt us. Archer went at 11s. Jacks, 10s. Livingston, 12s. 1st of May, managerial offers received. So this is an update. We get 2 Australian women's teams, which we're going to pass. It's not a journeyman. It's an Englandman. And we get to the 7th of June and we've got a test series against Pakistan at home. So good. It retains the squad that we had picked last time, which we're going to go unchanged from for now. I think we need a little bit more time to see the impact of what's going on. We do have training plans, but again, you can't... I've not really seen the benefit of them yet. But what it doesn't retain is your lineup that you had picked last time. Ollie Pope now 84 overall. That's good. You wanna see a little bit of that. Ben Stokes drops down to 7. The ball last time we were exceptional. So I don't think we need to rock the world, rock the boat, baby. I think we keep Gus Atkinson out. Keep the spin option in. I've seen spin be overpowered on the game. See how we do against Pakistan. And we thrash them by 294 runs. It's a century for Jamie Smith. And again, I see this a lot in the game, where there's one guy scoring runs and no one doing anything. He scores 120 and then nothing else to speak of. 4 for Keisha. I'm not sure who he is. And then we bowl them out for 160 out. Our excellent bowling attack, performing excellently again. Mark Wood with 3. We put the pressure onto them. Ben Duckett with 77. We need a little bit of Ben Duckett in our life doing well. And we get it here. 4 for Shaheen Shah. And then the big wigs step up. We bowl them out for 98. Babar Azam resistance with 43. That is a mighty fine performance for us. 3 for Cast, 3 for Wood, 3 for Bashir. Man of the match, Mark Wood. I was just thinking, I'm waiting for Joe Root to give me a 91 overall performance as we lose the second test. 55 not out for Harry Brook. We get rolled in 50 overs for 140. Very un-Baz Ball-esque performance. 4 for Naseem Shah. 106 for Salman Ala Agha. Batting down at 6, saw Shaquille with the first ball duck. 4 for Shoaib Bashir, but the damage is done. We're 115 runs behind, and we only muster 237 thanks to Zach Crawley and Jamie Smith 50. And despite making inroads with the team, Kushdal Shah with 19 off 31 is able to walk them home as we go to the 3rd and final test. Jamie Smith most runs in the competition. But Ali Agha, 357 points to be the player of the competition so far. Do we make any changes to this lineup? The batting stuff is causing me concern. And I don't want to get into the, we picked him, we dropped him, we picked him, we dropped him. Ollie Pope's averaging 59, and I think I'm about to bring in Jacob Bethel for the last test match of the second series running. Excellent people management skills going on here, trying to get the best out of the players. With the ball, it's good again. There's not a lot you can say about that. Everyone is performing brilliantly. Your problem is you can't score enough runs, so you drop an 84 overall player for Jacob Bethel to bat at 3. Joe Root isn't giving us a great deal. 3rd final test match. We win a series. Get in. We needed it. I think I needed it more than anything. I'm committing to the long-term piece of this England team by getting to number 1 in all formats and winning World Cups and Test World Championships if it's even in the game. 291's a good score from Pakistan. Emmanuel Haque with 70. Shah Masood with 59. And we take a lead thanks to our 168 from Harry Brook. He is going to be head and shoulders above anything else that we've got on this game. 67 for Ben Duckett. They get 155 all out. Wickets shared around. and Zach Crawley knocks them off. Of course he does. Harry Brook, man of the match. Most runs in the series. Shoaib Bashir, 15 wickets. Good series for a couple of players here with the bat, which is a very nice change. Brook with a 50 and 100. Smith with a 50 and 100 as well. 74 average. 39 average for Crawley. Ben Duckett continues to underperform. And Joe Root with 18. What is that? Jacob Bethel came in one test. I need to either commit to Bethel or not commit to Bethel. Shakespeare once said. That is the question. The ball's just... The ball on this game is on another level. Interesting. Zach Crawley leading the way with 555 runs in Test cricket. An average of 39. Strike rate of 61. By far the best. The strike rates are all pretty reasonable, but the averages as a whole are pretty abysmal. In fact, you can see the trend that everyone pretty much out the batters has a strike rate exactly the same. And here's a great example of the database editor. I've just put in the wrong year for the game. So I'm just updating to 2026. Click save. Database is saved. Now I can, in the season tab, I can filter by the different seasons and see how people have performed. E.g. Ben Stokes. Average 38. Dropped to 25 now. Shoaib Bashir, most wickets. 33 at 12. Honestly, bowling is so overpowered at the moment on the game. And that will do it for today, ladies and gentlemen. We are through the Ashes. We're through Pakistan. Our new tool is live and will continuously be developed. I have put in so many hours working till 2 o'clock in the morning to get it live. Because like the Cricket Captain Stats Pack, people love having something they can immerse themselves into the game with. And hopefully this is it for you. But thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're brand new around here. This series is going to rock and roll. And we're going to see you next time.